Good morning, America. Welcome to Saving Your Life. Thanks for tuning in because we have a great episode for you today. Today, you're going to see us eat burgers. Yes, burgers from McDonald's and greasy burgers from Steak and Shake. Actually, I do have them right here. First, we have Steak and Shake. You can see this delicious burger all wrapped up, all warm and ready to eat, full of fat. And we get McDonald's. Forget about the bag. It's considered cross-promoting, okay? So, we're going to show you why this isn't healthy for you and what changes you can do in your life, to eat better and live better. Starting first, we will have the forecast. We have Weatherwoman Mal, who's going to give us a forecast of cloudy with a chance of meatballs, and statistics about childhood obesity. Yes, you heard me correctly. I said the word statistics. You know what that means? It means those are numbers that you have to believe. Because why? They have been scientifically conducted. And you know what? They're backed up.
Hi, I'm Mallory Moretti, and I hope you're ready for quite an interesting weather report. Today, the forecast is cloudy, with a chance of meatballs, chicken nuggets, ice cream, and spaghetti. Sound fun? Well, I hope you're prepared for cleanup for the aftermath of diabetes, heart disease, and long-term dietary issues. Do our kids have a weight problem? I'll let you answer that question at the end of this weather report. In 2012, more than a third of children and adolescents were overweight or obese. What's the difference between obese and overweight, you ask? Well, being obese is having an excess body fat, while being overweight is just simply having excess muscle, fat, bone, or a combination of all the above. Kids who are obese by the age of 12 are 85% more likely to remain obese into adult life, and twice as likely to die by the age of 50. Now, let's take a deeper look into the bad eating habits of the youth of America. The foods that are most commonly eaten by over 80% of children are white bread, chips, candy, biscuits, potatoes, and chocolate. 80%, that's outrageous. And sadly, 90% of children eat more than the recommended intake of saturated fat every day. I'm going to keep throwing out some numbers for you. 80% of children eat more than the recommended amount of sugar. And not natural sugar, like the one in this apple, but fake processed sugar. Did you catch that? Ow! So, children are fat. Who cares? Fat people are happy people, right? Wrong. An estimated 1/3 of all deaths from cancer and heart disease are attributable to a bad diet. And 20% of teenage girls don't eat enough calcium, which puts them at risk for osteoporosis later in life. So, not only is obesity in adolescents associated with premature onset of type 2 diabetes, it also increases the risk of heart disease and several cancers. The childhood obesity epidemic is growing at a crazy rate and needs to be taken seriously. If we start a movement, people will follow. All it takes is one person. Do you have what it takes, America? Back to you, Ollie.
Thank you, Mal. And for our next segment, we have Adholic by Carrie, who's going to sample the different beers and wines today for us and tell you what makes for fine dining. Excuse me? Well, get a different writer. Fire him off the stage. I apologize for that. We seem to have a little mistake. My producers are telling me that there seems to be a problem with the script. The correct intro is that Adholic by Carrie is going to be talking to us about advertising that targets a younger generation. But before that, I have a paid message by one of our sponsors.
Bruh. What's up, Dwight? What you got in the bag?
Big Mac, fries.
I'll play you for it.
My lunch.
First one to miss watches the other one eat.
Shake on it.
Got your back.
Funny, Dwight. This is what we got. Between, behind, platinum, nothing but net.
No jump shots.
Flat-footed, 540. Start there.
Throw it up, double pump. Hit. Do that one.
That was nice, dude.
Give me the ball. 360 for the free throw line. Olympic style landing.
You show me better than you can tell me. Smooth, Dwight.
Great show, guys. And thanks for lunch.
Who's that?
I have no idea.
You taking our lunch, dude?
So, Ms. Vicari will speak to us about advertising that targets younger children and teenagers and the message it sends to them. We need to stop this.
Thanks, Ollie. How many times in the last day have you seen an advertisement? My guess is a lot. And it's likely that more than half of them were for some kind of food or beverage. Now these messages, they have a targeted audience. And who are they targeting? None other than our children. You see, on average, children will see over 10 million advertisements in 1 year. So let's talk about these companies who are advertising to our kids, what they're saying, and what we can do about it. You see, the food and beverage companies make up a $900 billion, yes, billion with a B, dollar industry. And they spend upwards of $2 billion a year just to market directly to our children and teenagers to give them exactly what they want to eat and drink. You see, the problem is our kids are too young to distinguish between an advertisement and the truth. And even if they are old enough, these kids are being persuaded that it's better to have a Gatorade after their football game than some water. Ever heard of McDonald's? Of course you have. You're probably eating one of their McFlurries right now. Now McDonald's, they know exactly how to place their logo. They've advertised in many cities around this country that for bringing home a good report card, you can get free foods, like this one. And not only that, McDonald's has put their logos on yearbooks, school gyms, and they've even tried to put it on school buses, for the love of Pete. They're even using celebrities to get to our kids, like LeBron James, to endorse their fake French fries that they try to call food. Have a pack of Oreos in the house? Don't worry, I'll stop while you go throw those away. Oreos and Fruit Loops have band together, just like many other brands, to bring your kids things like the Oreo cooking counting book, or even the Fruit Loop activity book. And these things just aren't necessary. There's no reason our kids need to learn how to count using Fruit Loops. Why don't we give them things like grapes or some other kind of fruit to learn how to count? Something that will give them nutrition. Ever heard of the My Coke Rewards program? You see, Coke rewards people for drinking their Coke, and for that they'll give you money for your school, and they'll give you prizes. Prizes like bouncy balls and yo-yos. You see, to win these prizes though, one would have to consume at a minimum 55 cans of Coke. That's 2,420 grams of sugar, all for some toys that you can go get at the dollar store. You see, these companies are advertising to our children using every platform possible, even things like social media, especially on Facebook. And we know how much our kids love Facebook, and that's its own issue in itself. You see, in 2004 alone, Kellogg's promoted $139.8 million worth of Cheez-Its through media advertising that cost them only $22.2 million. That means their profit was somewhere around $117 million just by advertising to your kids. So not only have these companies chosen the right people to advertise their products to, but they're doing a good job at it, and they're not going to stop until we do something about it. So what are we going to do about it?
Of course, cute, charismatic cartoons like Dora aren't just selling Band-Aids. The food industry has figured out how to use cartoon characters to get kids hooked on their products too. So you may have seen SpongeBob on Pop-Tarts or Shrek on Twinkies, like this one here. It does say somewhere on there, yes, the ogre green, creamy filling, same great taste. So you may have seen some of these packages. You may have seen Dora on cupcakes, crackers, popsicles, ice cream. And it's not just cute cartoon characters that the food industry uses to get kids hooked on their products. When you think about it in the context of the fact that diet-related illnesses among young people are on the rise, we all know that. And when we think about this omnipresent marketing, I think it isn't an exaggeration to say that it has become downright dangerous. It's tragic, and it's so tragic because this is all totally preventable. It doesn't have to be this way.